Long before we carved pumpkins, long before Target sold out of pumpkin-scented candles, there was a man in Ireland called Jack. People called him Stingy Jack, and not in a fun coupon-clipping way. This guy was a miser, a trickster, a drunk, and a cheat. If there was a way to avoid paying for his own pint, Jack would find it. And that is where our story begins. One fog-soaked night in a crowded pub. Imagine him there, slouched at a corner table, eyes sharp despite the ale. His grin is wide, but not warm. The kind of smile that says, I'm thinking 3 steps ahead and you're the punchline. He's broke, as usual. But that's okay, because Stingy Jack doesn't believe in paying his own tab. He believes in wriggling out of it. So when a stranger sits down across from him, dressed all in black, with eyes that don't quite belong to this world, Jack isn't scared. He sees an opportunity, because the stranger is the devil himself. Now, most people, faced with Satan dropping by for a drink, would pray, scream, or at least excuse themselves politely to use the bathroom forever. Not Jack. Jack buys the devil a pint, on the devil's dime, and then he says, if you're here to take me, at least let me have one last drink. You can pay for it. The devil laughs. What harm is one drink? So he agrees. But when it comes time to settle the bill, Jack shrugs and says, oh no, looks like we're short. Why don't you just turn into a coin to pay the tab? And here's the wild part. The devil does. Poof! He becomes a shining silver coin right there on the table. Jack doesn't waste a second. He snatches the coin and stuffs it in his pocket right next to a crucifix. The devil is trapped. Hours turn into days. Days turn into weeks. And Jack? He's thrilled. He's got hell's ruler as pocket change. Eventually, Jack makes a deal. I'll let you out if you promise not to bother me for 10 years. The devil, furious but helpless, agrees. 10 years later, guess who comes knocking? But Stingy Jack isn't done scheming. The devil finds him on a country road, lantern light flickering. It's time, the devil says. Jack nods, all calm-like, and asks for one last wish. Could I have an apple fresh off that tree? The devil sighs, rolls his eyes, and climbs up. That's when Jack carves a cross onto the bark. The devil's trapped again. Another bargain. This time, Jack makes him promise. When Jack finally dies, the devil won't take his soul to hell. The devil, humiliated twice over, reluctantly agrees. Years pass. Jack drinks, lies, cheats, and finally dies. He marches right up to the gates of heaven, and St. Peter takes one look at him and says, oh no, absolutely not. We don't need that kind of energy in here. So Jack then trudges down to hell. But the devil, bound by his promise, turns him away. We had a deal. Your soul's not welcome here. And just like that, Jack is stuck. No heaven, no hell, just the in-between. He begs for some light to see by, since the night is cold and endless. The devil, with a mocking grin, tosses him a single burning coal from the fires of hell. Jack drops it into a hollowed-out turnip, the only food he had in his pocket. And he wanders off, cursed to roam the dark roads on earth forever, carrying his eerie little lantern. That's Stingy Jack, the very first jack-o'-lantern, a doomed wanderer, neither dead or alive, carrying fire that can never burn out. So when you light your pumpkin this Halloween, remember what you're really doing is mimicking Jack, holding up your lantern to keep the spirits at bay. Because if you don't, maybe it's not just his story you'll be hearing in the dark. Maybe you'll be seeing that crooked grin outside your window. That's the story of Stingy Jack. If you enjoyed it and want more, there's full episodes available at Messy Minded anywhere you listen to podcasts. And be sure to look out for Messy Minded's bonus Halloween episode coming out on October 30th. Also, October's my month to catch up on scary movies, so if you have any recommendations, please drop them in the comments. Enjoy the Halloween season, everyone!